Performance appraisal, it's evaluating individuals' job performance as a base for making objective personal decisions. And of course, personal decisions would be something like you hire, you promote, you give a bonus, you give them more responsibility, you take them a higher position, and how you make performance appraisals legally defensible. You know, if you give people promotion and you other people you don't give them promotion, you are subject to be sued for discrimination. And here we use job analysis to develop appraisal systems. We check appraisal systems behavioral oriented, not trait oriented. You want to make sure that you have evaluators, they follow specific written instructions when conducting appraisals, and have evaluators review results with their ratees. Some people who are certified human resource managers, they have taken some of these qualifications. They are very good in making the job appraisals. They know how to do a job appraisal well. They know how to train people on how to do job appraisals. If you're a supervisor and you have people reporting to you, do you want to give them a good performance appraisal? Maybe you need to get training on how to do a performance appraisal. Maybe you want to get training on the sheet that you need to fill, how to fill it, how to make a judgment this person is good or bad, based on what evidence. So these are techniques that makes good types of performance.
There are two types of appraisal forms.
What?
Which is a 36-degree, based on a 36-degree, and the other one is a normal. That the boss himself evaluate the people.
Okay. We'll talk more about these. We'll talk more about this as we come. A good performance appraisal. It's an appraisal can be used to justify merit increase. So if there's a merit increase in salary. Document performance problems, simply touch base with employees. Expert says HR first must decide what if what it wants the appraisal to accomplish and then customize the forms and the process to meet that goal. And here's some examples to consider objectives set by the employees and manager at the last appraisal. So if you're going to evaluate employee, first, let's look at last year. What did we do last year? Last year, your boss and yourself worked on those appraisal, and you agreed on that you have these shortcomings, or you agreed that you will improve next year on these. So you work from there. Number two, maybe less specific competencies or skills being measured with example successful behavior. So maybe you want to make sure that you talk to your people and you agree with them uh, on what competencies they will improve next year. Do you guys know what's a competency? People have competent example of a competency. Maybe some people have a competency, let's say internet search, and they're not good at it. Next year, they have the ability and the capacity to do good internet search. Maybe one employee doesn't do good in email. They don't communicate as good. So they need to improve this competency, which is email writing. Maybe reporting. They are not good in writing reports. So they can take a competency improvement on how to write reports. Rating scales appropriate to the organization. So here you need to make sure that you guys know what's a rating scale. Some companies they have a scale, like a salary scale or a job scale.
Yeah, we have one common one.
How many?
Four.
Four.
Four, yes.
So you have four levels. Okay. Some employees are level one, some level two, level three, level four. Okay. Can be that has to do with performance. Uh, we've got this space for employees self-appraisal. Maybe you want to let people praise themselves. How did you evaluate your own performance last year? Everyone will say great. Some people are more honest with themselves. They will say, okay, I did great in this, and this I didn't do well, so maybe next year I will work on developing them. Okay. You want to reach the level where people can evaluate their own performance so they know where to improve next year. Space maybe for supervisor. And then here comes the 360 degrees where maybe you can get everyone outside your space. Where, space for specific comments from the supervisors about the employee's performance and from other employees maybe. Suggestions for employee development. So how can we develop objectives to meet by the next appraisal date? So maybe we can agree this year that next year we're going to improve on 1, 2, 3. So we write them down. So next year we can see if we improve on 1, 2, 3 or not. Are you guys okay with these? Performance appraisal, alternative performance appraisal technique. Some people they do MBO. You guys remember MBO? Management by objectives. Management by objective is one way for appraisal because at the end of the year we check. Some people will do written essays. So at the end of the year we'll write a written essay that is, appraising the performance. Some people do critical incidents. For example, at the end of the year they see how many times this person got warning. And depending on the number of warnings, that will determine your appraisal. We've got this graphic rating scales, bars. Basically, you do it on a graphical scale. So you did well on these, you did poor on these. You have a scale maybe, 1 to 7, and then you put them on a graph. Weighted checklists. Sometimes some people, the supervisor will come to the employee. And they will have a checklist. This you did good. This you did bad. This you did good. This you did bad. And they make it weighted. So checks, some checks are more important than some other checks that are less important. Ranking and comparisons. So maybe you want to say this is the best employee in the department, the second best employee in the department, because when you rank them or you compare them to each other, they have a sense of competition, and people know that this person did better than me. Then you know that I'm doing second. This way I can improve, so I can become first next time. And multi-rater appraisals, that's when you have a like a survey question, strongly agree, strongly disagree, and you keep answer these. And 360-degree reviews, that's when you get comments from everyone around you. 360. So if you're an employee, you get evaluation from your boss, from your subordinates, from your colleagues, maybe from the other departments. So that's what we call 360 degree. Are you guys okay with this? All right.